Okay, welcome to video 3.8. We're going to be talking about solving inequalities with application word problems. So we're putting the things together that we did in the last videos. So when we have less than, this is the sign for less than, the words that mean that is less than, fewer than, shorter than, or smaller than. Less than or equal to, you'll see the words at most, maximum, is no more than. Greater than, you'll see the words is more than, greater than, longer than, larger than. Greater than or equal to, at least, minimum, or is no less than. So these are just some of the words that you'll see that tell us, if you see these words in the problem, that first of all, it's an inequality application word problem, and which one it goes with. So this chart is very helpful for you to go through as you are solving these questions. So let's do number one. Use the picture shown. A gas station discounts gas at 10 cents per gallon if a customer also purchases a $6 car wash. What is a possible amount in whole gallons of gasoline that you can buy if you also get a car wash and can spend at most $20? So there's that keyword, at most. So that means that we're going to be using an inequality. Which one? If we look up top, I see at most with the less than or equal to, which makes sense. If I'm spending at most $20, I can spend all of it or less than that. So how do we write this? Well, the key pieces are that they discount the gas 10 cents per gallon if the customer also purchases the $6 car wash. And we know that we're looking to find a possible amount in whole gallons of gasoline. So that's our unknown. So if we wanted to write a let statement, we could. Our unknown is the amount of the gallons of gas. So we could write let x equal the gallons of gas. So I just put that up top because you can have it if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, so let's set up our inequality. We know that we're spending $6 on the car wash and we're discounting the gas 10 cents. Well, here's my picture to tell me how much the gas is. So it's $2.34, but I need to discount it 10 cents since I'm also buying the car wash. So if we discount it 10 cents, it means our gas is going to cost us $2.24 per gallon. So 2.24x. So if we have $2.24 per gallon x plus the $6 for the car wash, that needs to be less than or equal to 20. So now I can solve this by starting with subtracting 6. And again, you can always think what's happening to x and do the opposite. So multiplied by $2.24 or 2 and 24 hundredths, and we're adding 6. So we're going to do the opposite in the opposite order. So first subtract 6. So now I have the 2.24x is less than or equal to 14. I need to get x by itself, so divide by 2.24. And when we do that, we get x is less than or equal to 6.25. But that's not my answer because they said in whole gallons. So I have to buy less than 6.25. So the most that I can possibly buy would be 6 gallons. So my answer is the customer can buy 6 gallons of gas or less. Okay, the next one says the length of a rectangular garden is 2 feet more than 3 times its width. So we want to start with either a picture or some let statements. So I'm going to write some let statements. So we know that it's a rectangle and the length is 2 feet more than 3 times width. I know nothing about the width, so I'm going to say let x equal the width. And then I know that the length is 2 feet more than, so that's plus 2, 3 times the width, so 3x plus 2. So I've got my two let statements, let x and let 3x plus 2. Those are the length and the width. The next thing they told me was the area of the garden. Well, how do I find the area? Well, I know that area is length times width, so what did they tell me about the area? The area is at most. Well, which inequality does that mean? If I go back up to the top, at most means that we're going to have less than or equal to. So when I do length times width, that should be less than or equal to the 250 square feet. So I know that the area being 250, that's the most that it can be. So it has to be less than or equal to, because it can equal that 3x plus 2 times the x, the length times the width. So which one looks like that? Well, 250 should be the one that's greater, so it looks like this one. And x times 3x plus 2, commutative property is the same as 3x plus 2 times x because the order's just changed. So my answer here is choice 2. Okay, so we're going to stop there. We'll talk about the rest tomorrow. Have a good night.